Hey,
Oh,
how you doing, Tim?
zippy little intro.
Zippy, quick. That's what we need them. Little quick hitters. At the end, we'll do the little song stuff.
That's it. We jump right in. Yeah, no rocking out. Like Enter the Sandman. How
Yeah,
Mariano Rivera used to run
yeah.
it.
It's not a college. It's not a college opener. College
Yeah.
football.
We got some friends in the crowd already, though. George is
Hey,
here.
George. Good to see you, George.
Liked and
Thank you.
shared already. Buzzing
Yep.
for the weekend.
Mike.
Mike.
Good to see
Mike,
you, brother.
hello. And then our
Oh,
good friend
Dan.
Dan
How you
Smith
doing,
in the
Dan?
house. Hello.
Absolutely. Yes. Hey, did you
Very
get trick or
good.
treaters, man? You get trick or treaters out to your house?
Not in my hood. I'm in the woods now. I'm in the sticks.
Oh, are you
If
okay?
I get somebody that shows up, I'd be nervous. It'd be like deliverance kind of stuff, and I'd be like, "No, I'm not going to answer the door."
No, it can't be like that. Is it? Is it really that out there?
Ray, for the Northeast, when I have to give people directions to my house and then say turn down the dirt road, if you're
Oh,
doing that in the Northeast, you're out, and there's something wrong.
it's true.
There's no
Yep.
dirt roads left up here, but I found one.
That sounds like, yeah, that sounds like me. We got lots of those. There.
I know that sounds like I'm from the South, but no, it's right up here in
Yep,
Greenwich. So, yeah, it's pretty wild. But no, it's back into the woods and all that kind of stuff. So I had to drive my kids out
right on.
to uh, to do the trick or treating and stuff like that. So
Awesome,
it
cool,
was
man.
uh, it was good.
Nice
There's
help.
Ella. Yeah, it's
Hello,
okay to
hello.
live in the woods. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I love being here. It's a good time. Night owl in the house,
see you, Night Owl.
and happy
That's
November,
right.
Movember. We already got the mustaches going, so
Upvember. Yeah, did you see Night Owl? She was eating onions too. Good, like, good, the challenge.
nice.
It's good stuff. Awesome. But yeah, now it's a lot of news, Tim. A lot of stuff going on. You got
Hmm.
this SBF trial wrapping up. You got that. I think they're deliberating right now, right?
I heard that it's going to be any time now. Now I'm going to show you something.
Oh,
I have, I want to know, who do you think made money off FTX?
who do you think made money?
Who do you think made money off FTX?
Well, governments, I would say, and
Yeah,
senators.
somebody got paid out, but there's a guy out there that made money,
Okay,
and I'm going to show you. I'm just going to prove it to you right here that
all right,
he's a big fan of SBF. Take
okay.
a look at this.
He's all svelte. Look how good he looks compared.
This is when she testified, right? And he wasn't happy, about that. He's not,
Sure.
obviously not an Alameda investor or whatever.
Yeah.
But when Sam got up there,
Look at his cheekbone.
this guy, like, Ray, I get a wife and 5 kids and all, but I'm more attracted to this guy right here than
Yes,
than
that's right.
Caroline.
He looks
Obviously,
like
this
Sleepy
this
Joe. Sleepy Joe.
courtroom artist, he made money off FTX right there.
There
He's
you go.
getting paid.
I think you're right. I think that's a good call, Tim. I think you're right on that one. That's right. That's right.
I couldn't believe when this cat. I was like, man, that guy is where
How do you get
what's he
away
been
with that?
doing in jail?
Yeah, look at that. That's crazy, bro.
He's been working out, got his hair done. I was like, there's no way he looks. I don't know what that guy is looking at,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
not Sam
Even
Bankman-Fried.
his hair looks nice, man. I mean, that's
And then
amazing.
what they did to her,
Oh,
it's awful.
it is. It is awful.
But
That's
yeah, I mean
terrible.
these are obviously interpretations, and
Yeah,
still don't allow cameras in the courtrooms, but this
yeah.
is not real life portrayals at
Mike,
all.
Mike with us. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hello,
Yeah.
my crypto ventures. Yeah.
So there's somebody out there that likes him. Is getting
Well, there
paid.
you go. At least somebody's making money off FTX, right? That's it, man.
Let's see. We got just a couple clips that I pulled out of the news before you get into your stuff here.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember we were talking about how when they went from proof of uh, work to proof of stake,
yeah.
and they were saying, oh, once they're going to be able to pull out of the proof of stake, and that they're the number of validators is going to drop, everything's going to crap out because oh, did somebody
Oh,
John G.
breaking. Thank you, John.
Breaking news. CoinDesk says breaking. Sam Bankman-Fried found guilty on all
7.
7 counts. Whew, he
Oh,
definitely
man.
does not. He definitely does not look like this right now.
No, that's not the same picture.
He's looking more like this right here.
That's right, he is. But thank you, John, because it is all this stuff is breaking right now, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, they've been working on that all day. We're waiting for that to come out. So
Yeah.
great.
Appreciate it, John.
Um,
And good
but
evening.
just back to this one. Yeah. Good evening, Jason. Jason in the house.
Yep.
So 30 million in the amount staked over here, and 900,000, almost 900,000 validators doing the work. So it's gone up since they changed from proof of work to proof of stake.
Yeah.
And the stakers are doing just fine. And they were worried it was all going to fall apart once people would be able to
No. It's crazy.
make withdrawals.
Changing engines while in flight.
Yep. And that was, I think we were talking about that. That was only 56% of the way of the life of and improvements that are scheduled for.
There's much more things. There are a lot more things scheduled just for the gas. All the transactions. That's. I know everybody thinks that's going to be. It's not. That's not all taken care of yet, Tim.
Yeah. No, there's more to go. More to go.
Yep.
So it's just they're not giving up on that one. I thought that was a good one. This one's big in the news and making a big stir here. The comeback coin Solana soars 20% as the rally rages on, but that's just in the in this week 20%. Solana's on a tear, currently priced at 43.95.
Yep.
Shot up nearly 33% in the past week.
Oh yeah.
And even better than that. So it's up 88% in the past 30 days.
Well, and that one was all caught up in the FTX stuff too, because it was all on that exchange. Solana is it's a great project, man. They got their own blockchain. There's some stuff going on there.
Right. Decentralized applications, DeFi lending protocols, and games right there.
Yep.
So yeah, it was crazy. And here we don't make price predictions, but interest has grown. And the Van Eck predicted a potential eye-popping 10,600% price increase in the coming years.
Well, the bullish things that they say for Solana is up to about $3,600, somewhere around there.
Wow.
It's around $30 right now. 30, 40.
There it is, 39, whatever, 39.84. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty exciting. That was one of the biggest movers I found, and then there was this. Yeah. So this one just had me laughing all day long.
It is. Well, I got some memes too. That's what I'll start off with too. So you got to laugh. You got to laugh. And the crypto market. Oh, there you go. It is a monstrous bull run coming. There You're right on.
The bulls are getting. What is that? When they the running with the bulls?
Yeah,
they're about to let the gates out. The bulls are going crazy behind these gates.
And it's no joke, and they gorge people too. They gorge.
Oh yeah, well, there's going to be people that get hurt, but
you see that in crypto. People doing those options. Hey, not saying options are bad, but you better know what you're doing, right? You get liquidated real quick, man. The leverage and all that stuff. Just got to watch it. Got to know what you're doing. So let me share my screen, and that was good. Yeah, I like that. I didn't know that my man who was a painter making so much money.
He hired the best courtroom artists.
It is. So this is two karaoke singers, and this is obviously their memes. I got two memes. Got to start laughing. But on the left, this is a crypto, and on the right is the singer, and it's a bank. So here you go. This is what it looks like in crypto. That's about how we feel. Her friend's laughing.
Wow, did she get to sing?
No.
She's just dancing.
Hey, that's how our friends see us too. That's how they see us. That's what we look like. And I got to wrap it up. This was my favorite, man, because this is truly a normal day in crypto. Tim, this is incredible reenactment right here. Here's fun.
Oh,
look at this one. It's a wall. This one's cool. He comes back, and then he's like, he puffs up. He's ready to fight.
Oh.
But that is the life in a day in crypto, Tim. Just
Anything could happen.
somebody comes in and wrecks the news something, and it's crazy town. But with the news and all this stuff that's going on, there's 3 Satoshi era Bitcoin wallets that transferred 230 million in Bitcoin after they've been in 6 years in dormancy, man. Usually they've been there. There's been a few that have been coming back to life.
Yeah.
So these people have been around, for a good while, and these things haven't moved, man. But according to the data from BitInfo charts, the first wallet moved 2,550 Bitcoin, estimated to be worth $90 million. Second address moved 2,000, another 71 million, and then third transferred 1950. Could be the same person. No one knows. You never know with all these wallets. That's what's the beauty about having all this stuff on these decentralized wallets. But
sure,
yeah, that stuff it's coming back to life, Tim. And I'm sure that these are not people ready to dump, because these obviously Bitcoin was at $69,000. This is probably getting ready. You know what I mean?
Well, if they're old, those guys bought that Bitcoin at pennies, whatever.
Yep.
Way under $1 probably.
Absolutely.
So either way, they're happy.
Oh yeah, good days for them. Fidelity executive refers to Bitcoin as exponential gold.
Exponential gold.
Wow.
It went from digital gold to exponential gold.
Well, it's true. Gold hasn't been moving much as of late anyway. But I'm going to jump into his tweet, and that's what he's going to explain here. Bitcoin is on the move again, following the pattern of previous boom bust cycles so far. And you've been to this chart a couple times now.
Sure.
They are like clockwork, man. It happens exactly like it did previous. But these are, like it's saying, from 2013 and 2017. These could be the different ways it could go if it mirrored the other one. So we'll see. Down here, in my view, Bitcoin is a commodity currency that aspires to be a store of value and a hedge against monetary debasement. I think of it as exponential gold, and it is. I like that term. Gold is money, of course, but it's too deflationary and clunky to be used as a medium of exchange. Hence, investors own it primarily as a store of value. And one of the many reasons Bitcoin is often compared to gold. And this is another chart just talking about the stocks, the purchasing power. That is obviously the one that had the most, purchasing power. And then you go through the other ones: gold, bonds, cash, fiat, and inflation index. This is the red. So people are looking at this stuff now. Historically, during structural regimes in which inflation runs hot, real rates are negative and our money supply growth is excessive. Gold trends to shine and gain market share relative to GDP. So here's some examples from 1970 to 2000s. And there you go. I want to point out USM2 money supply, Tim. That's this black line right here, right? So here's what all the other ones look like. Gold, a value of above ground gold stocks. And again, you're talking about gold stocks. That's not, I know how they could do that with the paper gold, right?
Right.
But, it's interesting. This guy at Fidelity, let me just jump back to it. He's just not anybody, right? He is, the director of macro global Fidelity investments. And he's talking about and making up new words, man. Exponential gold. I like it.
Exponential gold. I didn't save the article, but someone is digitizing gold, their gold deposits. One of the banks is taking some of their reserves and digitizing it, so they can put the gold on the blockchain.
Oh, okay. But it'll be like real, like what the gold's in there is gonna be what's gonna be available digitized, not like they're
correct.
Just okay, all right. That's cool.
They have the reserves and it will be tied to the blockchain. So they can't just put it on the blockchain and then sell the gold. They'll be keeping it. But I was like, what's the point of digitizing the gold and putting it on the blockchain? I was like, what's the point of putting it on there? Because they'll make more gold and digitizing the gold. I mean, how is that going to trade higher than gold?
Well, I guess you would be able to use it more freely, more like money. Yeah. or because you can't carry, carrying around big bars or even fractionalizing gold. I'm not going to shave a piece off of my little 1 ounce coin. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
right?
it just with the things that we have coming on the blockchain, especially Bitcoin being now exponential gold.
Right.
I just thought it was funny that they're trying to take one of these, original old world values for money and digitizing it in that way when the real world supply, knows no ending.
Yeah.
I mean, it is limited, but we have no idea what limit it is.
Yeah.
And and it changes. So
Yeah.
anyway, that was just to add on to the gold mentioning there.
Right on. But this leading into what we're going to go over, because I'm going to jump into this Charles Hoskinson, right? He's the founder of Cardano. I like the dude. We've seen him into speaking in front of the Congress and things like that, and kind of speaking about the whole industry. Instead of his project. But this is him over in the World Blockchain Summit in Dubai, and it's touching a little bit on this. The revolutionizing copyright offices, and just the way that blockchain is going to change a lot of just industry things that we're been living in, right? And this is saying on a blockchain, once a transaction has been recorded, it is virtually impossible to alter that record. Should the transaction be wrongly recorded, a new transaction will have to be hashed into the blockchain to provide a correction. The immutability feature has therefore made blockchain technology very attractive for registering copyright, storing ownership, and licensing records or completing other similar tests. And that all I wanted to read is because that's kind of what he's going into. And what we were talking about, the title of the show. What is it? What does all this look like? What have we been doing here? I know everybody's been all excited and thinking of Robin Leach and the caviar. Was it Caviar Dreams? What was
Champagne Wishes and Caviar Dreams.
and that's it.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
That is. That's what everybody. That was their big, things. That's why we make fun of with the Lambos and all that, and all that, right? If we accomplish what we're trying to accomplish over here, that's a gimme. That's going to happen. But he talks about more of what this is. It's a movement. And as you see this crazy world and all this stuff that's going on with wars and how people are just not treated fairly. And, that's what's cool. I really like how he talks about this, and we'll stop it throughout here, but, give it a listen and, think about it. It's awesome. Why are you really here? I mean, I get it. The money thing, I get it, but there's usually more because we're still on the early stages. We're still in the early stages. What could we really do if we put a lot of effort and really fight what has been going on for these, past couple hundred years, even thousands of years. So here it is, and then we'll pause it in there in the middle.
Fast forward 30 years later, the United States became a superpower. We became the financial center of the entire world. We did that because we had humility back then. We were an immigrant country. We welcomed everyone. They came to us. Didn't matter who you were, the Irish, the Italians, Norwegians, child of immigrants. My grandparents on my dad's side came from Norway. Grandparents on mom's side came from Italy. They were dirt poor, came to America, did great things. And from that, we built a great society. Look at 2023, and I'm in an industry, the blockchain industry, which is creating, in just 14 years, nothing to $3 trillion of value. We are the future of finance, the blockchain industry. Every single dimension of what we do is fundamentally redefining intellectual property, commodities, securities, how currencies work, central bank policy. There is no technology that has been this pervasive and useful from everything from national ID to ESG and all the things in between. A humble nation would look at these things and say to itself, how do we get some of that? Instead, in the US, our Treasury Department is suing most of the people in my industry. FinCEN, others, they say, oh yeah, okay, you're fine. The SEC shows up, they give you the right to have an IPO, 2 years later come after you. Smart countries take advantage of the stupidity of falling empires. We did in the 19th century. We saw the British, the arrogance they had, and we said, we can do better.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it is crazy, right? I mean, because
Mhm.
that's we're allowing, you know, just a few people to, because we can't push this off our shores. I mean, I don't think, I keep saying that they would, but it's you know, they keep proving me wrong, how ridiculous our regulators are,
Right.
anybody in office. So I mean, anything with the do with this technology that we're all very very heavily involved in, we should take this serious about any of these politicians, anybody. That's why you'll see. I think this next presidential election is going to be very important, where they stand in crypto, blockchain, all this technology. People will vote specifically just for that, and they should, they better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, we need to start doing all that, holding these type of, you know, these people's feet to the fire, because it's ridiculous. If we lose this, because it's right there on the cusp. You know, empires come and go, man. We've seen it in Rome, you've seen it in the you know, the Brits did it, and now it's likely we could. But we're still right that we could do you know, something about it. But later on you'll see it's something else that we have is AI. It's crazy, and that's a United States type thing. You would think it's somewhere else, but it's pretty much here. And you know, like I said, he'll talk about it. But that is, it's we need to start being serious, and you know, calling these type of people, voting for these type of people, you know, getting involved in what's going on. You think?
Absolutely.
Yep,
I
yep.
couldn't agree more, and I think it's definitely going to come. It's all part of the program that has to be adopted in the next year. Well, the 2024 election, very important.
Yeah, yep.
And
And
we don't want to see, and I mean, of course, we want the rest of the world to be successful. But I mean, you know, when El Salvador is the first one to jump on the train, saying, you know, Bitcoin is our currency, a viable currency, the rest of the world is going to adopt it in one form or another. You know, barring what Russia does and China does to try and play on their own versions of it, but the rest of the world, who are really the reasons why this was developed, so that it could be a great equalizer, and people can't stop the flow of money to these poor places, because there's, you know, we've seen videos in the past that, you know, as much as they try and work with the poorer countries, they're just thieves and
mhm.
smugglers and everything, making it impossible for them to get ahead, because their monetary system is just not powerful enough to stop those criminals. But this, with the blockchain and with these you know, coins, it's definitely going to level the playing field for, or raise these people that are um in trouble with their financial monetary system in their governments.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump in and listen some more.
Yep.
I'm here. And what's my experience the last 2 days? I went to Abu Dhabi and met with the ADGM, soon to be with VARA. And you know what? They have open arms. They say we're here to learn and listen. Things can change in weeks if they need to. Our goal is to build something that will last a century. And you are one of the industries that matter, just like AI, property tech, just like all the sustainability solutions, synthetic biology, nanotechnology, these types of things, they matter because they don't create the jobs of today. They create the jobs of the next 3 generations. Just like complex financial markets were the jobs of the future. It just didn't matter so much to an agricultural society or an industrial society in the 1870s. But a few people along the way realized that maybe, just maybe, high finance is going to be a big thing. And it became a big thing for their children and their grandchildren. So I love being here. And I wanted to share what I think makes our industry so special. I wanted to share, in the limited time I have, what we're doing real time. So this industry is all about exponential technologies. It's about this idea that a small group of people can come together. Like with Ethereum, it was 8 of us, not very big. Cardano, 2 of us, not very big. And create ecosystems that now span over 100 million people in less than 6 years, and at the all-time high, $500 billion of value. Ecosystems that talk at their core about reimagining how governance should work. We all are familiar with corporations and LLCs and all these things. How do those work in these giant global economies when you have subsidiaries in 100 countries and half of them are at war with each other? Look at the US and Russia, for example. How will they ever agree on ESG now? Yeah. So it's left to us in the private sector to think of new structures and models. And when we look to the cryptocurrency industry, right here, right now, we're developing completely new ways of thinking about how people organize and decide. Why? Because we tell all of you we're decentralized. We're decentralized. Well, what does that really mean? It means Windows without Microsoft. It means the iPhone without Apple. It means Android without Google. That's hard because who's in charge? How do you get a product backlog? How do you make decisions? Which customers do you prioritize? How do you compete? How does chaos compete with order? Think of these things.
Isn't that funny, man?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it's crazy because this is all stuff that we're right in the middle of, man. I remember all kinds of stuff where people are you don't know how to operate in a decentralized manner. You usually need to get permission from somewhere, this is not a dig at anything, or it's just that's what they're just not used to. How to build all of this, how's it work, right? Who do I have to clear these images with to go and say that it's part of this? Or it's just funny, man, because I was listening to this, I was like, wow, it's like we are right in the middle of it. Even Cardano started with 2 people. Of course, I know I didn't come like Microsoft with Gates and Woz in a garage, right? I get that.
Right.
But this is different. It is really, you know what I mean? Because you're a part of something, and it's kind of rolling out, and it's massive. And this is everything that he's talking about, even with the financial stuff. People have been, you look at AI and all how this is going to go. How it's going to take about half of the jobs away in the world. It is. I mean, it is. But when you start and are able to participate in the financial instruments that he's just talking about, and being a part of maybe investing in 22 different companies because you're in the financial system that you could never have access to before, you can see how all this can still work, right? And not just work, like he just said, exponential gold. We were just looking at that guy from Fidelity. This is all very exponential, right? We like make jokes with the generational wealth stuff because this is big, man. You're talking about changing the financial system, and more than that, he's talking about intellectual property and what all that means, the music industry, movies, entertainment, just so much, man. The real estate that you're in, so much. And this is how it works. We are kind of just getting our legs under us, and it seems like it for a lot of projects, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we're standing at the bottom of a mountain that is going to change our view of the world forever.
Yeah.
Once we get up there, once it gets rolling, it's just going to be amazing. And yeah, it's something that a lot of people don't understand, and you won't understand it until you can, see it and get up there. Yeah. A lot of us are don't really know, but are encouraged by all the potential that it sees. And there's so many banks and everybody else now lining up to get involved. And so it's real when there's $17 trillion from these banks looking to pump money into the system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be amazing and unstoppable. So the old saying is follow the money. And these guys want to push their money into this crypto market as soon as in the American version, the ETFs that Gensler is holding back. But once that happens, then the train has left the station, and everything changes from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how he's talking about structural with LLCs and corporations and all these
Sure.
where DAOs are going to be how all this works, where your B has a vote and you have this proposal system where you can come up with an idea, but you got to bring it in front of the whole community and you got to win their votes. Yeah, very cool and exciting times. So we'll see. Let me start this back up here.
These are the questions that our industry, real time, with $1 trillion behind it, has to answer. It's not optional. The roadmap of Ethereum, the roadmap of Bitcoin, the roadmap of Cardano, we have to figure out governance structures to include everybody. We look to the greatest growth in the world. It's Africa. Go to Ethiopia, Kenya, Sub-Sahara. 70% of the population's at or under the age of 30. Those are the young people. By 2050, the 2060s, trillions of dollars of new wealth is going to be created. There's no preferences for Google or Microsoft or big companies or a particular governance structure, a particular corporate governance structure, ways that currency should work. They don't care. They get to decide a completely new way of doing things, just like Japan did in the 1950s, because they had to rebuild everything. And look at where that got them, how quickly they became a superpower again. Well, our industry is growing fastest there. The #1 country for crypto adoption is Nigeria. 200 million people, 30% of the population. That's just the beginning. And what we're doing real time is we're reimagining how microfinance should work, remittances should work. We're reimagining how all things ought to be done on a transnational basis. We don't need laws. We build structures in the code itself. You go from don't be evil to can't be evil. Let's try to prevent fraud to the system itself prevents fraud. This is an example of just one of many things we think about in our industry. We're the world leader in digital identity. We invented new standards like self-sovereign identity, something called the DID, the Decentralized Identifier, standard that came out in 2013 from the W3C. Well, guess what we're doing? And all this tech in the crypto space, real time, it's inventing ways to prove things without revealing things. You come to America, you want to get a beer. You have to be at or over the age of 21. Well, how do you show that? You pull out your ID, passport, driver's license, some government issued ID. You don't just show your age. You show your address, your name, organ donor. Some states, I think they have the social security number. Not exactly something you want the bartender to know, but you have to do it because that's the only way you can prove it. What if you had a system that would just say yes? Is it pre-tax or post-tax money? Are you a registered and accredited investor or not? Are you a U.S. citizen or not a U.S. citizen? Are you allowed to be here? Not allowed to be here? Are you allowed to play in this? Are you not allowed to play in this? These types of things.
Yeah. I'll wait for them. Somebody's interrupting and talking. But yeah, I mean, listen, I know what obviously people, think what he was even just talking about the ID thing. People do that now. What he was just saying, driver's license, and you give up everything, your address, your date of birth, your whole thing is on there. But yeah, what if it was just anonymous and you could, and I know there's others that are not trying to build stuff like that, Tim. Obviously people are trying to be very controlling, and they're trying to do these CBDCs, and you're going to have a social credit system, your credit score, and you can't do things unless you're Mr. Environment, whatever it is. I get all that, but that's what he's talking about the other side. That's why all of this is so important, right? Everybody talks a big game, but we better get after it, because this is going to be a battle. We heard that this is going to be a battle. We know. I think, like I said, back the whole time we used to be on all these, calls and learning all of this stuff that he's talking about now. We know it. That microfinance stuff that he's talking about. I definitely remember that, because we're excited. We have stuff rolling out, right? We have stuff coming where that it directly deals with that. So amazing. I mean, we always talked about how Africa and these third world countries and these people were unbanked. And that's where all of this stuff is being adopted and accepted and rolled out. It's amazing how this could be something that really levels the playing field. I know, like I said, we've talked about it before, but this is encouraging that there's others. Obviously, I think during this whole bear market that have been building towards that as well. So, we'll see. But all of us, everybody has to start being serious about that, right? And not just so focused on when Lambo or when when Robin Leach going to show up at the door, because it will. You do something like that, you accomplish something like this, and you're a part of that ecosystem. Incredible exponential growth is going to be for you. But that's not what it is. That's not something that encourages people. That's not a movement. That's not something that you're going to get a whole bunch of people behind believing in what you want to do. I get it. Like I said, the bull market's going to be a tremendous thing to get everybody back in and hyped again. But we'll see. It's just like I said, it's pretty crazy how we know this. It's but like I said, I like the dude. He's always a very kind of inspirational type speaker, because he talks about the big idea, the movement. What is it, right? So let me go.
And he's just a very relatable type of speaker. So he's easy to listen to.
Yeah. Yep. Got a couple more here.
Let's finish. That's called the zero knowledge proof. Before the cryptocurrency space came around, there was a collection of places like MIT and other places. Write a paper or so every year. It was an academic thing. Our industry has brought billions of dollars of R&D into this industry. We publish hundreds of papers now. Write software at a rate you wouldn't believe. We've advanced the state of the art by 25 years in the last 3 years alone. And in the next 5 years or 10 years, what's going to happen is that technology is going to work its way into the financial industry. What's your number one problem when you're an exchange? What's your number one problem when you're a bank? What's the thing that keeps you up at night? What's so hard about all the things you do and say and think? Compliance. Every day you run into these things. I have to just been fined. JP Morgan Chase, $19 billion in fines in the last 20 years. You live it. You suffer from it. You lose customers over it. The wars of the West and East, they come here. And they make you fire your customers. They make you pick sides, and you just want to do business. Well, maybe, just maybe, you could automate all that. Could you imagine if all the regulations were in code, their libraries, their APIs, you could just call them to be in full compliance? All you have to do is just call a library, an API, software. Because at the end of the day, your customers live everywhere. Think about these cryptocurrency networks. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano. Hundreds of unique jurisdictions, thousands, if not millions of people every single day coming to applications, using them, a DEX, trading with each other. Some days it's Switzerland, other days it's Singapore, some days it's Abu Dhabi. That's how modern finance works. You don't know where they come from, but you just have to get them to play by rules. And if it's all software, the software will figure it out, not the entrepreneur. And the regulator can update it real time every day. That's an innovation our industry is bringing, this open regulatory standard, open law, code-based law. Pretty remarkable. So innovations in governance, innovations in identity, innovations in privacy and zero-knowledge technology, innovations in the automation of regulation. Just a handful of things. It's pretty cool.
That is cool, huh? Never thought about regulations. That's there's so many different countries, obviously, that we all are far from having the same legal stuff, same laws. That's hard. How do you operate globally? And have a corporation like that or whatever, a DAO. We used to have things at the NFT Connect stuff. How's a DAO? How does that operate? We had people coming up with all kinds of different ideas of how that is, right? What if there's really is no central place like Bitcoin? There is no offices. How does that work? Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. You're going to see so many different things roll out, and you weren't even thinking of a cryptocurrency that deals with regulations, right? But you're going to need it.
Right.
It's just like I said, it's interesting, man. And I got one more, and then we'll wrap it up. You know what I mean? You got anything before or no?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
What about intellectual property? How many people here know about AI, generative AI, OpenAI, Claude, Anthropic, you got Google Gemini, not to be left out. Facebook has llama, all these model people and animals. Here's what it translates to. The single most important technology of our lifetime, artificial intelligence, is on track to be controlled by 5 companies. 5 companies. They're all in the United States. Not so good for the rest of the world. Why? Because this is something for everybody, not just a few people. And it's not good to give so much to so few. The problem is, how do you govern something so powerful as AI without having some good custodians behind it? You hear about alignment, you hear about safety. Well, turns out that our industry is the regulation layer for these types of technologies. In the same way you can build the Bitcoin protocol or Ethereum or Cardano, you could build a decentralized large language model. Why? We have mining. Sounds a lot like training, doesn't it? You need data, don't you? Lots and lots and lots of it. That's why Google and Microsoft and Amazon and Facebook are in charge of this. Why? Because they have billions of customers. And for the last 30 years, they've been kind of learning every single thing about them. In fact, I read an article years ago, Google knows you're pregnant before your boyfriend does. It's true. They know everything. And the problem is they don't share that. And if they control the fuel of training, means they control the models and they decide who gets to use them. So what if you could democratize data? You can make it everybody's concern, bringing everyone together. This is what the cryptocurrency industry effectively does. Who owns Bitcoin? Who owns all the data on it? No one. And thus everyone. That's the magic of these types of systems. So when you talk about large language models, where do we want to go? Well, wouldn't it be nice that the training, the data, the RLHF, reinforcement learning with human feedback, all those things, all that's controlled and governed by a decentralized system, and every single person in the world has equal access to it, can use it in their way, how they want it, where they want it, when they want it? I'd like that. That's a better world. You see, that's the core ethos of who we are and what we do and what makes our industry so special. It's not about the big egos and the big companies, the Steve Jobses and the Bill Gateses fighting each other in titanic battles, the iPhone versus the Samsung Galaxy. It's just about freedom. It's about building services and businesses and concepts and ideas and giving it to every single person, the whole world, everybody.
Yeah, how amazing, man.
Yeah.
How amazing to have maybe a decentralized artificial intelligent blockchain, you know what I mean?
It sounds necessary, but it's scary when he's talking about how, 5 companies are going to control all the AI out there.
Yeah, it's and that's now. I come in the United States because I know you see the regulations, all that stuff talking about blockchain, crypto, all being pushed, right? Because they want to control the financial system. Of course, that's their money system. So yeah, but I wasn't even thinking that. I mean, Sam Altman, of course, Facebook, Google. Yeah, wasn't really thinking it's all the United States. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't know, man. Just kind of wild what's going on, But there's people doing things. Yep. So that's what I'm excited about, man. And everybody better get ready, be prepared, right? Like I said, we've all been on calls and been together for a while, and you better be ready. This is not tiptoeing through the daisies. What is Austin? Forget it. It isn't. This is real. But we have an opportunity to do something about it. And I don't understand. I get it. Forget the bear market. Who cares? It's over. And now, yeah, it's time. You better get ready. Yep.
Absolutely. So. I'm excited. Very, very excited. And well, we've been doing this for years, so it's a long time coming for us. And there's a lot of skeptics still out there, but they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn real quick when this bull comes back. He's gonna be dangerous, and he's gonna hurt a lot of people. Like you said, you could get gorged, and or just trampled and left behind. That's it. I feel like let them run by and saddle them up and ride it out. right away on the wave. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah. Well, and plus it's a whole different energy. I mean, like you get it, right? It's not fun going through all, but it was so necessary again to get and liquidate all of the garbage. That guy's going to jail right now. Going to jail. Should be. Stole billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? If not, if all of that didn't happen, you'd have that piece of, trash still doing what he's doing, right? So these things.
Did you put that link in there from the Web3?
I did. That is me. That's my new. Even though let me share. I'm doing some writing now, there, Tim. So we have to have some writers. So I kind of started doing some of this. So just because this is the lady's picture, that's all right. It's me. But Web3 network service, right? This is something that I'm starting here. What are real world asset NFTs? The $1 trillion use case. So yeah, I just started going through all here. I'm going to start rolling all kinds of this stuff out. This, we didn't have the recorded video. I have it. It's already done. I'll probably upload that tomorrow. And yeah, we've been doing some stuff, making content, and we're going to get this rolling, man. So it's good times, man. Just saying. But give it over. If you did, go over here, give it some claps. We got some claps already. Yeah, clap it up. Give me some comments. I just uploaded it. But these are things. Like I said, I know how to mess with Google. You're going to start ranking for people doing real world asset NFTs. That is what we want. We're going to start doing this, and yeah, we're going to crush it. So there you go.
Excellent. Oh, there you go. Austin was had one eye on the SBF ruling.
7 charges, but what did they give them any? They give them any time? They didn't do the
sentencing comes after.
Oh, okay.
Once they
4 hours. Yeah. Hey, see him, Austin. Show him your picture. So you got it down and show. We'll end on this. Hey,
if that's what goes to prison, he's going to be a very popular guy.
Hey, I think this is going to switch all of a sudden. This is it right here. That's crazy on the left. But
yeah, this is more what he looks like right now as guilty. This is him thinking he's going to get off, and this is him. Oh, guilty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a whole different meaning there. But no, appreciate it. We know
sentencing March 28th.
Okay, awesome, man. Oh, that's a good bit. Is he still able to be out loose? Remember how he had laptops and
in his mom's basement? I think he was.
That's crazy, man.
But he's got to have a chance to get away and get to wherever Epstein's hanging out.
That's right, Epstein. Well, that guy, he's out. My man's alive and well. I'm just joking.
But yeah, no, his life has changed forever. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad that came down, and we'll get that behind us because that made a lot of people crazy. What he did, which was crazy. But put that behind us. Then we get Gary Gensler to make some decisions, and then we're off running with the Bulls.
That's it. And then,
when is the running with the Bulls? Is it March 28th?
I don't know the date, but yeah, I know they do it in Barcelona. I know it's Spain.
Yeah,
there's some other places that do it as well, but yeah, it's a rough one, man. When I was in the Army, they wanted to go. I was like, no. I'm not gonna go on leave to go chase some bulls, or at least getting chased by bulls. I would never do it. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But people do it. So I'm sure it's a thing, Exhilarating, Tim. It's exhilarating.
I'm sure.
But yeah, I got their little outro. I'm ready. If you're good to go, I'll hit it. But appreciate everybody. Give us a like, a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And share it. Share it on Twitter. Share it on YouTube, Facebook, wherever we're at. Give us some shares and get it out there.
And I think we're streaming live into your in the pink bubble in your X space. I don't know whether to say X or Twitter. I get hung up on that one. But on Ray of Light 38.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah. Give
streaming right there.
That's right. But we'll have some. Like I said, I finished one recorded video. We'll have some uploaded tomorrow. Share that too, because that's, like I said, that's more about, getting that kind of content that's rankable, right? There you go.
Beautiful. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you, man. See ya.